Hey guys, Lester, and welcome to another Minecraft mod showcase here on the channel. And yes, this is the second mod showcase of the day because you guys did hit the like goal last week. So let's start things off by asking for a new like goal. 12 likes. If this video or the other mod showcase, the one I earlier today, can hit 12 like-aroos, then there will be 2 more mod showcases the following week. But let's get into this. So before we get started, we are reviewing the Applied Energistics 2 mod. Now, before anyone starts off getting triggered by my setup here, listen and listen carefully. I am only going to be reviewing the infinite storage part of this mod right now. I know Applied Energistics is more than just the storage, but let's be honest, I don't know about you guys, but personally, this is the only thing I use this mod for, is the infinite storage. So, and I am guilty of possibly creative mode ending the infinite storage part of the infinite energy part of the storage a few occasions, just because I like just having the storage. Aside from if this mod does have a million other things, I'll quickly just flip through the pages. This starting at like right here, these are all the stuff added into the mod and ends about right here. But again, I'm just going to be going over the storage part of it today. If you guys would like to see this mod reviewed any further, I'm gonna have to ask for even a bigger like goal than 12 likes. If this video can get to about 40 likes, by the end of the week, I'll make it happen. But aside from that, right now, I do want to stress I am just going over the storage part of the mod. So let's get started talking about how this storage works. So first, I gotta show you my setup. So if you look right here, if I right click here, this is the terminal. It can store about any item in the game. You just shift right click them into the storage. Why isn't it working?
A few moments later.
Alright guys, we're back. After figuring out what was going wrong, I realized I made a simple mistake. But okay, so like I was saying, if you go into the crafting terminal, as you can see, you can shove a ton of junk in here. It can store everything you have, own, and want. And as you can see, it doesn't stack. It like infinitely just puts stuff on top of there. So there is no 64 stack or anything. It just infinitely will shove items. So if I wanted to have this many emeralds in here, I could. See how it says 384 emeralds? That's legitimately how much emeralds I have put in there. And if you ever want to pull them out, you just shift click to grab a stack. You can shift left click to grab one. And I did actually upgrade it to the crafting terminal, so you can craft with this as well, but I'll go over that in a minute. Now, essentially, this is made up of 4 components: the ME crafting terminal, the ME smart cable, the ME drive, and the energy cell. It says creative because this is the infinite one. I will show you how to make the normal one. So these 4 parts you will find in this chest here. So essentially, first thing you want to make is the ME drive. This is for your storage compatibilities. You will need 4 iron ingots, 2 ME glass cables, flux, and how you craft those is you get a quartz fiber with 2 pure flux crystals. How you get the pure flux crystals is you drop a flux seed made from the flux dust and sand into a puddle of water. To make the process faster, you add crystal growth accelerators, and essentially it just sits in the water. I believe you have to wait 2 to 10 real hours for it actually to happen. It's one of the longest processes in Minecraft. I'm not sure if you can up that in the config file and whatnot. And then once you get those, you combine 2 of them with the quartz fiber, and you get 4 of the glass cables, and you can change their color if you want. If you want to make them a what's the difference between these? I don't think there's a difference. I think it's just saying, so if you change the color of them and want them back, you just add water and it changes them back. But you can make them any color you want. Now, once you get those, you also want the engineering processor. And how you get the engineering processor is you have to build a subscriber. I'll show the recipe for that in a minute. By the way, subscribe to the channel. I accidentally said subscriber. And you will need redstone, 1 printing energy circuit, and 1 printed silicon. The printed silicon is inscribed by using the inscriber silicon press with a silicon. The silicon is done by smelting nether quartz dust or Certus quartz dust. Nether quartz dust, you get the quartz grindstone, and you grind up the nether rack and or nether quartz to make the dust. Wow, that was complicated. And then once you do that, you also have to get the printed energy thing. And how you do is you have to get the inscriber energy press, and you press the diamond to get that. Now, you're probably asking yourselves, where do you get these presses? Because they are not craftable. Well, what you actually have to do is you go to the there's a meteorite, I believe, that can crash somewhere in your world that will actually have them in there, or you can find them in dungeon chests. They might have changed it, but I believe that's still how it works. And then once you do all that, you get this thing now for the inscriber. If you're wondering how to make the inscriber, let me grab that, please. Yes, thank you. All right, place this boy down. So you're wondering how to make the inscriber. He is crafted like so. You basically need 1 flux crystal. So the flux crystals are very, you need them for everything you do. You need 5 iron ingots, 2 sticky pistons, and you'll be able to make that. So the first thing you want to do is make those crystals, if anything. Then you'll have that. But moving on, that once you get the ME drive after crafting all those together, you place this boy down. And when you right click it, there won't be any storage. These are storages that I put in already. So essentially you will have, this is your starting point. You right click it, as you can see it's empty. You won't be able to do anything with it yet. Moving on, you will get the ME smart cable. Smart cables, I just got the red one because you can dye them. But if you want the smart cable, you will need to get an ME cover cable combined with redstone and glowstone. You get the ME cover cable by combining the cable that we already showed the recipe for before, the ME glass cable. You combine that essentially with with wool, any type of wool, and it will make the covered cable. And then you have your cover cable. So what you do with the cover cable is you place it right here. You only need 1, really. I know some setups have others, but you really only need 1 if you're doing it like this. And then moving on, you will need the ME terminal. So how you craft the ME terminal is you will need 3 things. 1, the illuminated panel, any type. How you make the illuminated panel is you need 2 glowstone, 1 redstone, 1 iron ingot, and 3 quartz glass. How you get quartz glass is you combine the quartz dust with any kind of normal glass, and again, you need the grindstone to do that. The grindstone is a simple crafting recipe. I'm going to grab that up really quickly as well, just to show you guys. So how you craft the grindstone is you need 3 kinds of quartz. Ignore the surge quartz, just regular quartz will do. 2 cobblestone, 3 stone, and a wooden gear. Wooden gear is crafted with 4 sticks, and then you get that. And then you will also need the, I forget what it's called. If I just type grindstone, will I get it? No, I won't. Wait, I can find it. It's like a little handle thingy that you need. Give me a second. I'll find it. I don't know what it's called, but it's this thing. The wooden crank. The wooden crank that you have to put on top of it, and that is crafted with 5 sticks. So once you get all that, you have your grindstone, then you can make all of those. That, and how you operate is you just right click the handle. Moving on, so back to the terminal. That's how you get the glass panels. You will need formation cores, and how you get those is you will need the 1 surge quartz or charged surge quartz, which you can find underground mining. The flux dust, which you use the grindstone on the flux crystal, which again, the flux crystal is the thingy that you need a lot of. And next you need the logic processor. Logic processor, again, you have to use the inscriber, and you will need the print for that as well. And I believe all the prints come together once you find them in that meteorite, that meteor crash that can drop. Now this is a formation core is the next one you need. Again, logic processor, dust, thing, and you get both. Oh, wait, is there a difference between the recipes? Yeah, so this you need the surge quartz, the other one you need the just nether quartz. And then the logic processor, again, you make like that. So a lot of logic processors and whatnot to make this. This is a very complicated recipe, but once you make everything, you'll be good. Or again, if you really don't want to do all this, you can just go in creative mode. But, I mean, again, and if you want to know how to make the craft terminal, you just combine that with 1 calculated processor and a craft table. The calculated processor is, again, one of the printed things that you will need to make. So, there's that. Moving on to the storage part itself. So, once you get the, once you get the crafting terminal, slap it on like this. And again, you will notice it's not working. It'll be a black thing like this. You won't be able to access it whatsoever. But that's okay, because next up we are going to make the storage cell. So the lowest one you can make is the 1K ME storage cell. And this is, here, wait. Okay, so how you make the storage cells, you will need 3 iron ingots, 3 redstone, 2 quartz glass, which again is crafted like this, and 1K and a 1K ME storage component. And how you make that is you will need 4 charged surge or 4 surge quartz. It doesn't really matter which type. 4 redstone and the logic processor once again. Once you make all that, you will get 1 of these, and then you can throw that together with these, and you'll be able to make one. Now, I don't know what this ME housing storage thingy is. That's some other recipe, but this is how I would make it. And then you just get the 1K. How you make the 4K is you just make the 4K upgrade, same with the 16K and the 64K, and it's just basically adding on to the recipe as you can see. You just keep going with it, and you'll be able to do that. So versus instead of you making this 1K ME, you will essentially make the, oh, is it really raining? / weather clear 1000. I don't think it's rained in a mod showcase in a while. But yeah, so instead of you doing that, you will essentially just make this recipe instead, which you go all the way to the end here. And again, you need all the logic processors to be able to do. Or again, you can use the creative one. Creative one, of course, has no recipe, but you just would, let's say hypothetically, you take one creative one, chuck it in here, and it shows it there, as you can see. You see that little black dot, that means it's there, but it's still, the machine is turned off, so it still cannot operate. You cannot throw anything in here. If I grab this potion, it will not allow me to throw it in there. Now, for the chance of explanation, over on this side, as you can see with all this stuff, oh, I don't know why my cursor went up like that, but as you can see with all this stuff thrown in here, if I go over this, it's only used the first thing here. It says I've used 8,000 out of 65,000. However, if you notice at the bottom, it says 16 out of 64 types. That means individual block IDs or item IDs. So you can have up to 65,000 items in one storage. However, you can only have 63 items, individual items. You can have as many of each item. Like, you can have 1,000,000 stone in one thing that's only taking one type, quote unquote. But if you have 64 different types, then this will become stored. It will become overflow, and it'll go to the other one. So items that are separate, like armor, I will tell you right now, it does not stack armor. So if I grab these 4 chest plates and throw them in here, as you can see, oh wait, what? It actually stacked them. Oh, because they're under durability loss. If you have items that have durability loss, it will not stack them. It will just throw them in here and separately, and it will count the storage. But if you have the creative one, it won't matter. I've never used the creative one. I always think it's balanced to use these. Even if I did creative mode in the infinite storage, I think it's better to do that. Now, moving on is the energy cell themselves. Now, to start off with, you need the base energy cell. You will need the flux dust, the quartz, Surge quartz, and then the quartz glass will make you one of these. If you want to upgrade it, you essentially just upgrade them like so. As you can see, it's just upgrading it with the calculated processor, it seems. And it's actually interesting how it's showing it, because it seems as though it's just based off of how much energy it can hold will determine what color it is. I'm not entirely sure. I could be wrong about that. I've always just grabbed the creative one out of creative mode and just slapped it on. So again, once you grab this, you slap it right there. As you can see, this will light up. And you should be able to add items to it. Actually, wait, that's interesting. Creative ME storage cell. Wait, do I have to do this? No, interesting. So the creative mode one doesn't work. Unless I did something wrong. Okay, well, either or. Let me just grab one of these to show you. So, craft one of these, you throw it in here. You can throw one item in there. If you ever see this color go red or orange, that means it cannot be used or it's reaching its limit. If it goes orange, it means it's reaching its limit. As you just saw with these for some reason. If you ever see it go red, that means it's full. And let's say these items are stacked here. If I pull this out, if you open this, as you can see, it's empty again. I can still throw items in. It will just go to the next one. So, in case you're wondering, if a creeper enters your house and blows this up, you will lose all your storage. If all your items are put on this thing, and a creeper blows this up, you've lost everything. All your items. It's kind of a gamble, but at this point, if you have this, your house is probably secured enough not to worry about it. Overall, I think this is probably the best storage in Minecraft currently, modded, whatever. There's nothing that comes close to this. This mod is updated to 1.12. I have no doubt in my mind they will update to 1.13 or 14 in the near future. However, right now, 1.12 is its limit. If you guys are interested in downloading this mod, you can go through the rest. You can go through the thing in survival and try making it. I know a lot of people have. Personally, I think it's such a tedious process that I just put the thing in creative mode, at least this. This base thing I will give myself in creative mode and then make the rest in survival. Just because I like the idea of having all my stuff in one spot. It's just for that purpose. There's no other advantage in Minecraft other than the fact that you just save yourself a ton of space. So if you're one of those people that likes having a ton of normal vanilla chests like this, then this part of the mod is not for you. However, if you're one of those people that likes having everything shoved into one place, this is the mod for you. And also, if you have things like not enough items or whatever, you can actually pull. So let me show you real quick. If I want to make just emeralds. If I want to make more regular emeralds, if I hit uses on this, if I do this, as you can see, I pulled these emeralds from here. Now, if I shift click, it crafts them. I can put them back in, and then let's say I have this extra. I just click this exit button and it throws it back in. So a very useful thing. It works the other way around too. If I wanted to pull the block into emeralds, I could do that as well. As you can see, the number up there is going down as I'm pulling these emeralds out, and then again, hit exit, they all go back in. Very amazing crafting, and it is updated with multiplayer. So if you're playing on a server, you both can view what each other are crafting. So let's say you wanted to add to their crafting recipe, you could. A very unique crafting and storage system. It's honestly the best, in my opinion, in modded Minecraft. Now, on to the next question. Would you guys like to see this in Project Ultra? I'm not going to leave a poll for it, but I'm just going to ask you guys to comment if you would. Just be like, yes, I would like to see it in Project Ultra, or something like that. If you don't worry about it, but I'm just curious, because this is it's a pretty advanced mod, but I will tell you, if we do add to Project Ultra, I'm just going to game mode in that setup back there, and the rest will craft over time, but just so you guys know, that's what I just wanted to let you guys know about that. But nonetheless, that is going to conclude this mod showcase. Remember, if you want me to continue reviewing this mod, other than what I've already shown, all you got to do is hit that like goal, and we'll go from there. But again, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Love you all. See you in the next one. Goodbye.